Question. I've been trying to handle this problem for so long and it just keeps coming back. Answer. I'll share with you a story from my mentor and then later on from me. So my mentor, I met him when he was 80 years old, and he told me of a story of around the time when he was around 50 or 60 years old. And the story was, by that time, at the age of 50 or 60 years old, the sport he was into was golf. Okay? And he progressed from basketball, he was an athlete, he was a soldier, and then he was playing golf. And at some point during his playing golf, he had excruciating pain in the back. So they needed to find out what was happening, why he had such pain, and the doctors found out that his legs, one leg was longer than the other leg. So, in retrospect, he remembers that he took photos, that there were photos taken of him as a soldier, and when he looked at those photos, it turned out even as a young man, one of his legs was longer than the other. And what's been happening for the past so many years as a young man is his body was compensating for that difference in length of the leg. And so many of us are trying to compensate for our problems in life. Would you agree? And at a certain point, it took a toll on his body. And what happened is his body now was responding to the fatigue of needing to compensate for whatever that problem was. So what did the doctors do for him? What they did is a very simple solution. They took his shoe and they put padding in his shoe so that when he is walking around, okay, there's support under his foot that would allow him, that would give relief to his back so that his back doesn't need to compensate for that difference. Are you with me? And then many years later, he got a hip injury. He fell in the bathroom, and therefore they needed to fix his hip. It was a hip replacement. And guess what? Wonder of wonders, the doctor said, do you want to fix the length of your leg during that hip replacement? And they did. So what happened? After the surgery, his legs were then equal length after the surgery. So it's all good. And after the surgery, many weeks later, after recuperating, he wanted to start walking. So what does he do? To start practice walking, he wore his shoes. And then when he wore his shoes, guess what? When he stood up, he was like this. Do you know why? Because his shoe still had that thing to compensate for the difference in his legs' length. In our lives, there will be different ways at different times that we respond to the problems that we encounter, to the kryptonite in our lives. In the Rise Up, the 5 a.m. Club, that's a club that I've been running for more than 2 months now. We're on our 3rd month, and our series is about heroes and unleashing the hero within. You've got your kryptonite. I don't know what it is. That thing that keeps repeating over and over, maybe that's your kryptonite. And maybe you've been compensating for your kryptonite by avoiding it altogether, or by distracting yourself with anything else except the kryptonite. Or maybe you just don't talk about it. Or maybe you're doing things that are strengthening you so that you can face your kryptonite. Maybe you're preparing to face your kryptonite. I don't know what your kryptonite is. I'll tell you my kryptonite, not everything, but I do have a kryptonite in my relationships. And it was a difficult, straight message that I needed to receive from a fellow coach of mine. Her name is Marcy. Thanks so much, buddy. When she told me that the problems I was facing many years ago in previous relationships is still present until now. What's the common denominator? Me. I have my own kryptonite. Even as I'm a life coach, I have my kryptonite. And I need to find other ways. I've been addressing them or maybe avoiding them for so many years. And now it's time for me to face the problem head on, to take action differently from how I've been taking action in the past. What is your kryptonite? And being true to yourself, how can you embrace your kryptonite? This is Coach Edwin on Quest, your search for the best. If you want to go a bit more deeper on Quest, may I invite you? Why don't you join us at Rise Up, the 5 a.m. club? We do exercise, we do prayer, we do learning, all before 6 a.m. That's 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. I'd love to see you there. If you're interested, place a comment below or somebody share this video and maybe somebody would be blessed by this. This is Quest, your search for the best. If you have been blessed, share this video, tag a friend, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless you.